Jen and DJ here with the ACHV PEAK, and this is a full body flexibility routine.
So for this routine, we're going to be going through 16 total movements, and we're going to do them all in a row. We're just going to do one set of each movement. Our working time is 60 seconds, our break time is 10 seconds, and there are no extended breaks. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to join our community at ACHVPEAK.com. Now let's get to stretching. All right, we got about 20 seconds until we get started. Our first movement we're going into is going to be toe touch to the left. So what we're going to do here is we're going to get a nice wide stance, and then we're going to drop down to the left, and we're going to try to touch our toe, keeping that back nice and straight, stretching out the hamstring here. Here we go. So drop down, try to touch your toe. If you want, you can also, I like to just grab a hold of my ankle and try to pull myself down. So we should be stretching the hamstring here, which is from your knee up to your glutes on the back side of your leg. Feel everything stretch out. If you want, you could also kind of come up, take a quick little breath, let it relax, come back down. Nice, slow, controlled. Also, when you're stretching, make sure that you're also like actively trying to stretch. You're not just down here kind of hanging out, not really feeling it. You want to be trying to pull yourself and really stretch that muscle out. Because if you're just kind of basically stretching it to its normal length, you're not going to get any benefits out of this routine. I don't know how you can actually stay down there that long.
Oh, they keep breathing.
Apparently you're way more flexible than me. About as flexible as the board. Here we go. Coming up, all we're doing here is just switching to the opposite side here. Wait.
Yes, I know.
Here we go. Drop into that side. Feel everything stretch out. So the more you can keep your lower back straight, the more you'll be able to feel it in that hamstring. When you start to bend your back, now you're just kind of working on lower back flexibility instead of that hamstring. So you can kind of try to push the chest out and then really feel in that hamstring. There we go. Feel it stretch out. Try to push it a little bit further. Don't forget to breathe. That's quite important. There we go. Got about 15 seconds left on this stretch. Feel it stretch out. It's okay if you're sweating. I'm starting to break a sweat too. Here we go. All right, here we go. Next, we're going into a downward dog with calf stretch. So, get into downward dog here. And what I'm going to do is alternate calves stretching. Let me actually turn around just a little bit. There we go. So trying to push with the arms, sink back. And then I just alternate my feet, digging my heels, trying to sink my heels into the ground as deep as possible. Stretching them out. If this is a little too tough for you, maybe your arms can't hold it, or it's a little too much blood going to your head, you could also just go up against the wall and then just kind of do an alternating calf stretch here as well. Stretching them out. There we go. Either one is totally fine. Here we go. Don't forget to breathe. All right, next we're going into a quad stretch for the left side. If you want, you can use like an ottoman or a chair or a bench or whatever. I'm gonna use a bench, so I'm gonna put my left foot up on that bench right here and then get like this, and then I'm gonna try to sink back and get my butt to kind of touch the heel. I'm not as flexible as Jen, plus a few knee surgeries. My knee doesn't bend that far. At least not my left one. So here we go, try to sink back. You should feel it in the quads. Make sure that you're not leaned forward like this, because that's going to take all the stretching out of the quad. You want to stay nice and tall. Kind of, you can even put your hands on your hips and kind of push your hip forward just a little bit so you can maximize the stretching in that quad. Go. Really stretch it out. Sink back. Again, you could do this on a chair, on a couch, if you have an ottoman, whatever it might be. You could even actually do this up against the wall if you wanted. There we go. So we're just switching to the other side. You should turn sideways so they can actually see how you're holding it.
Okay.
For those who are flexible enough to actually do it that way. I'll just get an arm workout from attempting to hold my leg up. There we go.
That's funny the way it looks. Stretch me out because going this way.
Oh,
You have to go back.
You're getting a little bit of hip flexor action in. Yeah, I'm trying to pull backwards to push into it. There we go. Feel that quad stretch out again. Don't allow your body to lean forward. You're trying to kind of keep the hips forward, keep the body up nice and straight, and then lean back into it.
Yeah, it feels good right here. I can feel it stretching.
There we go, about 15 seconds left. Don't forget to breathe. If you need to take a quick break, you can lean forward, let it relax, and then try to come back into it. Remember, active stretching, we're trying to stretch it a little bit further here. All right, there we go. So next we're going into a hip flexor stretch to the left. So my left knee is going to be on the ground. I'm going to get in that same kneeling position, except this time I'm going to try to sink my hips forward and down at the same time while not letting my body come forward. Again, upper body nice and straight. You can put your hands on your hips right here and try to push down, kind of sink the hips down. You should feel it right here just above the quad now. Another thing to help get that stretched out is actually squeeze your glute on that side. So we're doing left side. Left knee is on the ground. Squeeze that left glute, and you're gonna feel it happen. Whichever, do one side. Jen's always done the opposite of me. I'm surprised we got you through what 5 exercises.
Why can't you do right, left instead of left?
Because I'm a lefty.
Left, right. I like right, left.
All right, you you wrote them down.
Well, I just copied.
Remember, active stretching. Try to push. If you want, you can even put your hands in the air. Wave them like you just don't care. But lean to the opposite side, actually. All right, we're switching sides here. Again, we're trying to sink the hips forward and down. Here we go. Keeping the upper body nice and straight. Squeeze that glute on the leg that's down. So if your right knee is down, squeeze that right glute. Focus on stretching the hip flexor. We're focusing on what we're doing, not how work was or what's cool on Facebook or whatever. Again, if you want, you can put your hands in the air and then lean to the opposite side. Right here. Feel it stretch out just a little bit more. There we go. About 10 seconds left. Keep stretching, keep pushing, push a little deeper. There we go. Okay, next we're going into a figure 4 stretch. I'm going to do mine on a bench. Jen is going to do hers lying down on the ground. So we're going to take our left leg, put it over the right knee, ankle goes over the knee, and then from here we're going to try to pull our knees and our legs up to our chest here. So if you're sitting, I'm trying to bend over. What I like to do is take my arm, wrap it under the knee, take my hand, and then I kind of use that leg to pull me down. And you should feel it right here. Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, so if you're lying down, you're going to wrap your arms through. One arm goes through your legs, the other goes to the outside, put it around the knee like that, and then you can pull that knee in. There we go. I definitely need to stretch my hips more. This is going to be great if you sit at a desk all day, have to sit in a chair or seat a lot. You should really feel this. Remember, we're active stretching, trying to pull ourselves a little further down, stretch it just a little further. There we go. What we're doing here, switching sides. Figure 4 stretch to the right. There we go. Pulling it down. Here we go. Again, if you're sitting in a chair, you're going to want to try to keep that back as straight as possible. It's going to bend a little bit, but we just don't want to bend over at our back and feel nothing. And so we're trying to keep the back straight, pulling ourselves forward. That's going to help stretch out the glutes, piriformis, everything back there. Get the hips nice and flexible.
You see, I was stretching this.
You're like, yeah.
Yeah,
My bad.
Keep the back straight, Jen.
Gotcha.
Lay down straight.
Again, if you need to take a break, take a quick little break. Let that muscle relax. Get back into it. Active stretching. Pulling yourself closer. Stretching the muscle just a little bit further. There we go. Feeling it stretch out. There we go. Okay, next we're going into a seated shoulder extension. So what I like to do is put my hands on the ground, have my fingers pointing forwards, and then slowly scoot my butt forward while keeping your back straight. So keep your back straight and then come forward. You can kind of sit here for a second. After 5-10 seconds, try to go a little further. What we don't want to be doing is have our elbows bent and then be bending at our lower back like this. That's not actually stretching. We're going to have those arms nice and straight, back nice and straight, slowly sinking our butt down. You can even kind of slowly walk it down just a little bit. Feel those shoulders. And then you can just hold on for a second. Again, this is big time important where you're active stretching here and you're trying to stretch it a little bit further. So when you're doing shoulder press or chest press or even biceps, that shoulder is getting worked, so it's constantly tightening. So it's really important to stretch it out regularly as well. You're going to be dealing with some shoulder issues. Next, we're going into a Cobra Pose. So we're going to stretch out our core here. We're going to lie down on the ground and then try to keep our hips down. Go up here, straighten the arms out. Try to let those hips sink down. Look up nice and tall. Don't forget to breathe. If you need to, if this is a little too tough, you could always drop down here, start from here. You could even kind of put a block under your arms if you needed to, and then as you go, slowly begin to push all the way straight. Let that core stretch out. You're getting a little bit of tricep work here. Flexibility routine, turn the workout, tricep workout. Don't forget to breathe. If you need to take a break, that's fine. There you go. All right, so we're gonna stay down on the ground here. We're gonna do a chest stretch. So what I like to do is lay down flat, put my left arm at 90 degrees, and then with my other arm, I'm actually gonna slowly start to push myself and lean away from my left arm. The arm that I'm stretching, you should start to feel it. Stretch out your chest here. If you want, you can kind of raise that elbow up a little bit. You can kind of experiment with where your elbow is right here so you can really feel it in your chest. You could also do this up against a wall or a door frame. There we go. Feel the chest stretch out. On this one, there's no need to overstretch because a lot of times what you might end up doing is just kind of putting unnecessary stress on the shoulder joint because that ball and socket, the ball kind of wants to just push forward. Go a couple seconds till we switch. There we go. So now we're just doing the right side. Put that arm out and then start to lift yourself. Here we go. Stretch it out. Get to breathe. Focus on stretching the chest.
It's your
Oh,
foot.
I'm like, what is that? There you go. You can kind of put that arm a little higher. Feel the stretch a little further up the chest. There we go. Feeling good. Don't let it pull. My right pec is way tighter than my left. All right, next we're going to go into a middle back stretch on the left.
Okay.
And so Jen's going to do her standing. I'm going to do mine lying. So if you're lying, we're going to take our left arm, put it up under us, and then I like to kind of be on my side and then slowly roll onto that arm. And then you can start to feel it, kind of feel it in the back of the shoulder, and then as you kind of roll over right in the middle of the back, kind of feel where you want to stretch it most, and then just hang out there. There you go. If you want, you can do it standing and just pull that arm across with the other arm. There we go. Feel it stretch out. Don't forget to breathe. You can also experiment with where your arm is. So maybe have it a little lower, a little higher. I like to have mine almost going straight across my chest. That's where I feel the best at, but everybody's slightly different. Don't forget to breathe. There we go. All we're doing here, switching sides. So my arm goes down. I like to have my hand almost on the ground actually when I'm doing this. And then just slowly roll into it. Here we go. Kind of start it off on the shoulder. Slowly roll into it. Feel it under the shoulder blade stretching out. And then slowly roll over onto it. Feeling everything in the back stretch out. How you doing up there? Awfully quiet.
I'm thinking about where I'm feeling everything.
There you go. You're not Facebooking, are you? I'm on to you.
No, not right now.
All right. 20 seconds left. Then we got one more movement. Go 10 seconds. Try to push down. Get that last little bit of stretch. There we go. All right. Last movement. We're going to stand up. We're going to do an alternating trap stretch. So just kind of moving the head back and forth here. Stretching it out. What I like to do is actually put my arm behind my back right here and then stretch to the opposite side. So my right arm's behind my back. My head is going to the left. You can even kind of pull your head down, but don't strain it. Kind of helps maybe hold it a little bit forward as well. So from the side like this, let it stretch out. Switch arms behind the back. Stretch the traps out. There we go. Don't forget to breathe. Remember not to pull your head down too hard. If you're using a hand to pull it down. There you go, feeling it. If you want, you can even kind of pull your head down to the front. There we go. Stretching complete.
Feel good.
There we go. It's good stuff. Actually, we kind of broke a little sweat there.
Release some tension.
Yeah, there we go. Hope you guys enjoy this. If you did, hit that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to join our community at ACHVPEAK.com. See you guys.